Hello everyone, I welcome to all in this lecture. In this lecture, I am going to discuss about definite integral. In the previous lecture, I have discussed what is the integration. Integration is nothing but it's a summation, or we can say integration is just inverse of differentiation. So we have also discussed about what are the method of integration, method of substitutions, method of method of integral, that the product of two functions. So when the product of two function like u and v, so which one we will take the first function and which one we will take the second function. So that will depend upon the Eilert rule. So we have discussed also the Eilert rule. I generally I denote for inverse, L denote for logarithmic function, A denote for algebraic function, T denote for trigonometric function, and E denote for exponential function. So according to the Eilert rule, we can define the which will be the first function and which will be the second function. Now, method of integration, that there is a third method, integration by partial fraction. Partial fraction. So let's take example for this. Like integration, we have to do for 1 by x square minus a square with respect to x. We want to calculate what will be the integration of this function. Okay. So when you are getting a square minus b square in denominator, so we can write 1 by a square minus x square minus a square, we can write like this, x plus a minus x minus into x minus a, right? Also we can write x plus a minus x minus a. But in numerator, we are getting 2a. So we have to divide by 2a. Okay. So we can divide x plus a into x minus a in the numerator. What we are getting here, so 1 by 2a, take common. So we will get 1 divided by x minus a minus 1 divided by x plus a. Okay. So now we can write I equal to 1 divided by 2a, 1 by x minus a divided by 1 by x plus a with respect to a. Or we can write, we can apply the properties of integration. We can write like this, integration of 1 by x minus a with respect to x minus integration of 1 divided by x plus a with respect to x. What we can get, 1 by 2a, 1 divided by x minus a we can put t. So dt will be equal to dx. So we can write log t. So t we have taken the x minus a. So we can write log x minus a minus log of x plus a. So log a minus log n. What is the formula for logarithmic? Properties of logarithmic function. So we can write 1 divided by 2a into log of x minus a divided by x plus a. So finally we are getting x minus a divided by x plus c. We can write c is the arbitrary constant. Okay. So when we are getting something in a fraction, so you have to apply the concept, like you have to see what the formula is applicable and you have to convert in the reducible format. Whether you can see that by applying the fundamental formula, easily you can do the integration. Okay. So according to the above, based on the above three rule, the following formula generally we can write. So you can try also. Try from the left side, you will get the right hand side. Like I'm going to show one. Take this one. Okay. So in this integration, we can take dx divide by, take a square common, root under a square I'm taking common, so we can write x square divide by a square. We can write or not? We can write dx divide by root under a square. A will be outside, so we can write a into root under 1 minus x by a whole square divide by a. Okay. So now here we can put, let x by a is equal to t. So we can write dx into 1 by a is equal to dt, right? So we can write here integration dx, we can write a dt divide by a into 1 minus t square. A will be cancelled. So integration dt divide by root under 1 minus t square. See the fundamental property, fundamental formula. Directly we can write sine inverse t, and t we have taken sine inverse x by a plus c, right? So directly I am getting this one, sine inverse x by a. This is sine inverse x by a. Okay, so these are the formula. Just you can write down. Now some more formula are there that you have to remember when integration is vary from, you have to do the integration for 0 to pi by 2, where the sine n x sine to the power n will be equal to, when you have to do the integration for 0 to pi by 2 cos to the power n x. So it will be when n is odd, so it will be n minus 1 into n minus 3 into n minus 5 and so on. And in denominator it will be n into n minus 2 into n minus 4, like this. Okay. When n is the even function, when n is the even, so you can apply this formula. Okay. Now definite integral. So when the integral we called indefinite, so we have seen that integration of, suppose, function fx with respect to dx, we got, with respect to x we got the gx function plus c, where c is the arbitrary constant. Arbitrary constant, where c is the arbitrary constant. If you will change the value of c, that you can get the different integral function. Okay, so by that you can get the infinite number of integral function. So that's why we call the indefinite integral. Okay, but when you are going to put, we are going to set the limit, like integration a to b of fx to dx, right? So it will be equal to function b minus functional value at x is equal to integral function value at x is equal to a. So this is called definite integral. And where a is called lower limit and b is called upper limit. You can also understand from the graph, like this is a function of x, okay, and this is x is equal to a, and this is x is equal to b, and we are going to find this area. Okay, so area we can find, like integration of a to b, means we are doing the summation from a to b of y dx. Okay, so by definite integral we can use the, you can calculate the area. Okay, so this is called the definite integral of function fx. Okay, and in this case we can't find there is a arbitrary constant. It will there is no arbitrary constant. If we will write, then we can write function of b plus c minus function of a plus c. So c would be cancelled. Okay, c would be cancelled. Okay, So let's take few example for this. So value of the integral minus infinity to plus infinity. So we can say the minus infinity is the lower limit, and plus infinity is the upper limit. Okay. So we can write minus infinity to plus infinity dx divided by 1 plus x square. What is the integration of 1 by 1 plus x square? Tan inverse x. So tan inverse x minus infinity to plus infinity, right? Generally, we can write like this. Suppose a to b function of fx dx. We can write function of x a to b. We can also write fb minus fa, fb minus fa, right? So let's write tan inverse infinity minus tan inverse minus infinity. So tan inverse infinity is equal to pi by 2 minus tan inverse minus infinity is equal to minus pi by 2. So pi by 2 minus minus plus pi by 2, we are getting pi. So answer would be D. Option D would be correct. Let's take new questions. The value of quantity P, where P is equal to integration of between 0 to 1 x e to the power x with respect to x. Zero to 1 x e to the power x with respect to x, right? So first do the integration. So see, the two functions are in the product, right? So you have to select the first function and second function. So this function is algebraic and this function is exponential. So according to the Euler rule, this function would be the first function and this function would be the second function. Means we can write v, this will be u. So I'm writing the formula once. So formula we have u into integration of v dx minus differentiation of first function with respect to x into integration of second function with respect to x and integration of both, like this. So we have the first function x. So we can write x into integration of e to the power x with respect to x minus differentiation of x, that is 1, into integration e to the power x with respect to x. So we can write e to the power integration of e to the power x, that would be e to the power x minus. Now here also we can get integration to the power x and then integration to the power x. So it would be x power x plus c. So this is the case of definite integral, so no need to write c, right? So this is the integration we got. So after the integration when you got, we can write like this, 0 to 1. Now put the value 1 then 0. So 1 into e to the power 1 minus e to the power 1 minus 0 into e to the power 0 minus e to the power 0. Right? What we are getting here? See, e to the power 1 minus e to the power is will be 0. Right? See, 0 into, so it will be 0 and this is e to the power 0 minus, this is 1. So minus 1 and here minus, we are getting 1. Okay. So according to the option, B is correct. B is correct option. Let's take one more example. Like I'm going to write s is equal to s is equal to 1 to the power 1 to infinity x to the power minus 3 dx. Now integration of e to the power minus 3x. We can write here integration of e to the power minus 4, sorry, minus 3 plus 1 divide by minus 3 plus 1 to infinity. Lower limit here is 1 and upper limit infinity. So we can get here e to power minus 2 divided by minus 2, 1 infinity. Now, upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit infinity to the power minus 2 divide by minus 2, 1 to the power minus 2 divide by minus 2. What we are getting here? See, we can write this one. We can write this one 1 infinity square into 1 minus 2. Okay, minus 1 divided by minus 2. Right? See, 1 by infinity square, so this would be 0. Right? So see, minus and minus plus, so we are getting 1 by 2. 1 by 2. So answer would be 1 by 2. This is also, it has asked in the GATE previous year questions. This is GATE previous question. Fundamental properties of definite integral. So that is very important. Few fundamental properties are there, and you have to remember all this fundamental properties of definite integral, from the definite integral. So the first fundamental property we have, integration a to b of function fx is equal to with respect to x can be equal to or is equal to integration of function of t with respect to t from a to b. इसका मतलब क्या है कि अगर आपकी लिमिट अपर लिमिट और लोअर लिमिट इक्वल है, वेरिएशन अगर चेंज है तो लिमिटिंग जो इंटीग्रेशन इंटीग्रल वैल्यू होगी वो सेम होगा, वो सेम होगा. I get your point. Let's see. Proof. Suppose the integration for this function, integration of function is this. Okay. Now, from the left hand side, integration a to b fx with respect to dx is equal to, we can write f b minus f. We can write or not? We can write. From the left hand side, a to b function t with respect to t, function of t with respect to t. We can also write like this, or also we can write upper limit minus lower limit. Right. So see, this is equal. So we can say this left hand side is equal to right hand side. So we can write integration, integration a to b of function of x with respect to x is equal to integration a to b function of t with respect to t. Now आपको आइडिया है कि ये इक्वल क्यों होगा? Right. Second properties we have integration of a to b of function fx with respect to, यहाँ पे x होगा with respect to x. Just correct it. Respect to x. Here it is here also. इसका क्या मतलब है कि अगर अपर लिमिट और लोअर लिमिट को आप चेंज करते हो, सो देयर इज साइन, माइनस साइन विल कम. अगर आप अपर लिमिट को लोअर लिमिट बनाते हो, सी व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू से, सी हियर इन दिस केस लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, यू कैन सी द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड अपर लिमिट इज, अपर लिमिट क्या है b एंड लोअर लिमिट क्या है a. But in the right hand side you can see upper limit a and lower limit that is b. I get your point. See, so you can see the upper limit and lower limit is just changed in the right side and there is a minus sign. So जब भी आप अपर लिमिट को लोअर लिमिट बनाएंगे और लोअर लिमिट को अपर लिमिट बनाएंगे, तो आपको माइनस साइन आएगा. उसको भी देखते हैं कैसे हो रहा है ये. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड a to b function of fx dx, right? So we can write fb minus fa. Okay. From the right hand side, minus integration b to a fx dx. We can write function a minus function b. We can write or not? We can write. Just multiply in minus and then you can get fb minus fa. You can see right hand side is equal to left hand side. इसको ध्यान कैसा रखना है, जैसे आप लिमिट को इंटरचेंज करोगे, अपर को लोअर, लोअर को अपर करोगे तो आपको एक माइनस साइन मिलेगा. नाउ नीड प्रॉपर्टी, वी हैव limit integration between a to h function fx dx, so we can write a to c, c to h. इसका क्या मतलब क्या, आप ये देखो from the graph like this. This is the function of fx, this is x is equal to a, this is x is equal to b, and somewhere here there is a x is equal to c, right? And we have to calculate the area like a, and this is a2. So area a1 we can write integration of a to c y dx. We can write or not? We can write. And a2 we can write c to b y dx. So total area we can calculate a1 plus a2. We can write a to c y dx plus integration c to b y dx. Y is the function of x, so we can write like this also, f integration a to c function of fx dx plus integration c to b fx dx, right? So in this case you can see there is a one point x is equal to c where we are breaking the integration, but it can be number of points where you can break the integration, right? So we have to break the integration when you will see the function is discontinuous at some point, like x is equal to c. Okay, so there we have to break the integration. We have to write like this. It can be like this. Suppose a number c1, c2, c3, c4 points are there, so we can write like this also between a to b. This is b. Okay, so we can write like this also. Function fx c1 dx plus c1 to c2 fx dx plus c2 c2 c3 fx dx. We can write integration c3 to b fx dx, right? Fourth fundamental properties of definite integral, we have integration a to b of fx with respect to x is equal to integration a to b. We can write function of a plus b minus x with respect to x. Okay. So let's see the proof. Left hand side, there is a to b integration. We have to do a to b and fx dx, right? So we can write function b minus function a. Now right hand side, integration a to b function a plus b x dx. We can write function we can write here function b, that will be the you can write like yeah, we have to do the integration a to b function a plus b minus x. So let a plus b minus x is equal to t. Differentiate both the side, so you will get minus dx is equal to dt. Okay. Now we can write integration a to b f t minus dt. We can write here minus function of b minus function of a. Right? We can see here. So no, you can wait. Limiting value also we have to change. Yes, with respect to dt minus dt, according to when t is equal to x plus b minus x, right? So when x is equal to b, so t is equal to, लिमिट को कैसे चेंज करते हैं वो देखो आप यहाँ पे, सी हमने क्या लिया है a प्लस बी माइनस एक्स इज इक्वल टू टी. सो व्हेन x इज इक्वल टू, अपर लिमिट क्या है, x इज इक्वल टू b, तो t क्या आएगा a, लोअर लिमिट क्या है, तो t के केस में अपर लिमिट क्या होगा a, और t के केस में लोअर लिमिट क्या होगा. सो व्हेन x इज इक्वल टू a, so t is equal to b, so we have to write a to b. Okay, a to b and ft, sorry, function of t, ये क्या था, minus dt, see here, minus dt, so minus dt, right? Now we can write minus f t, अपर लिमिट क्या है a p, right? So we can write here minus f a minus f b minus into and f b minus f a. See, it is equal to left hand side. See here, it is equal to left hand side, so we can say this can be true, this will be true, right? See, b option is same, like you can get the b when the put the a is equal to 0, a is equal to 0, what you can get in this one, what you can get, 0 to b fx dx is equal to 0 to b function b minus x dx, right? Now put a is equal to b, so what you can get, 0 to a fx, this is general formula or general property, we can say 0 to a function of a minus x dx. Okay, fundamental properties of definite integral, this formula is very important, this property is very important from the gate point of view, because you will see the integration if that is based on this properties. So without using the pen and paper you can solve the questions. See, first understand what is the property. If the integration we have to do of a function with respect to x minus a to plus a, minus a to plus a, minus a to plus a function with respect to x, right? So it will be 0 when function is odd, function is odd. function का मतलब क्या है, अगर x की वैल्यू माइनस एक्स रखोगे तो फंक्शन माइनस ऑफ माइनस आएगा, minus of fx. We will see here. Now it will be, we can write 2 into 0 to pi by 0 to 0 to a, sorry, 0 to a, okay, 0 to a fx dx when function is even function, when function is even function. सो एग्जांपल देखते हैं ऑड फंक्शन और इवन फंक्शन क्या है. ऑड फंक्शन, यहाँ पे इवन फंक्शन. सी टेक्स्ट एग्जांपल y इक्वल टू एक्स क्यूब. एक फंक्शन क्या है y, सॉरी y टू द पावर 3 y x क्यूब, y equal to x cube, not power, y equal to x cube. Okay, you can see here when you will put the x equal to minus x, what you are getting, minus x to the power 3, you are getting minus x cube. So we can write minus fx. You are getting this equation or not? When you are putting the minus x, you are getting minus of fx, right? So this function will be odd function. This function will be odd function. Even function, take example like y is the function of fx and that is x square, right? Now put the value fx minus x, function of minus x. So minus x square, due to this is a square, so minus minus would be plus, like this. Minus into minus x would be plus x square. We can write function fx. So in this case, you are getting minus x is equal to fx. So when a function is satisfy this condition, so that function will be even function. Now we're getting some point. Let's check from the graph also. What is the even function, odd function? Sorry. Suppose this is the even function, h equal to x square. Even function would be even function would be symmetric. Even function would be symmetric along the y-axis. Along the y-axis. अगर कोई इवन फंक्शन है तो वो क्या हो जाएगा, y एक्सिस के अकॉर्डिंग वो क्या होगा, सिमेट्री होगा. अगर आप इसको वैसे करते हो तो ये इसके ऊपर ओवरलैप होगा, राइट? Okay, so even function is symmetric about y-axis. Thank you for watching this lecture. In the next lecture, I will discuss the definite integral, and I will discuss some more properties from the definite integral, and I will solve each and every question from the previous year GATE problem from the definite integral, so that you were very clear about what is the definite integral and what are the approach that we can solve the definite integral. Okay, thank you for watching this lecture.